It's Monday. Okay, now my battery is dying. It's fine. I wanted to do another monthly check-in. I need to get ready anyway, so I would just kind of make it a get ready with me and let's talk. So these have been on. They're actually like really dry. I need to take them off. Yeah. They're so dry. I wanted to talk. I've been kind of trying to work on and work through, and that is work-life balance and also reigniting passion, creatively. I'm sure a lot of you will understand a lot of times I feel like when you turn your hobbies into a career, somewhere along the way you start to lose some of the fun that came with it. As you get busier and as business picks up, which ultimately is a great thing, I just started getting overwhelmed. I guess I should actually start getting ready. I need to drink more coffee. So right before the pandemic happened, I was on the road shooting an artist here in town. It was amazing, so much fun. I had a great time. And through that and through other jobs, I put my 2 weeks in. The whole time while I was on the road, I also had another job. Like I also had a day job that I'd come back to. I would get off the road at 4 a.m. on a Monday morning. We'd roll back into town and then I would get a couple hours of sleep maybe, and then I would turn around and go right back to my other job. Work was built up enough to where I felt comfortable putting my 2 weeks in at my day job. And my 2 weeks ended, I think, the second day into lockdown. So my boss called me, was very sweet, and was basically just saying, you know, I don't want to assume anything, but are you still on the road? Like, what's going on? So I told her, no, you know, we're here, we're stopped. We all know what happened. She was really kind and offered for me to keep my job, which in 2020 was incredible because I would have been shit out of luck if she had not given me that phone call. Very thankful for that. Flash forward 3 years later, which is crazy. You know, I'm still with the company and I still have my day job and I'm still shooting. I guess I should show what I'm using there. And then I use this toner water. Yeah, I forget where I just left off. I guess all of that to say, I still have my day job. I still have photography. I'm doing vlogging, which shockingly takes up a lot of time. I'm starting a podcast with one of my friends here in town. And, you know, I have a partner, I have a dog, we have a house. It's a whole thing. Zan and I are also planning and working towards some exciting things for ourselves as well. It's been stressful and it's been overwhelming. At the end, whatever, it's eye cream. At the end of 2022, I had been working on some really cool jobs and just had been really busy, which you have to be thankful for because there's a lot of talented people in town. I was working with really cool people, with people I really cared about, and some exciting new opportunities, but I was just so overwhelmed and not enjoying it. So I decided at the end of last year that I would take 2 months off of photography because the holidays were coming up and I just wanted a break. I think that I thought it would make me happier or finally let me be able to relax, but honestly it was kind of the opposite. When I was taking time off, I just kind of felt like I didn't know what I wanted anymore. I was really in a weird, bad mental place just professionally because I don't think I had fully let go of the fact that I was so close to doing what I want ultimately, which is being freelance full-time and having more time to do what I want. And I don't think I really had time or acknowledged the fact that I was right there and then I couldn't do it and that I had to pivot. When I really sat down to think about it, it definitely kind of messed with my head. When I was taking the time off, I also had some things going on in my personal life that we've talked about before that were also really difficult and overwhelming, and I just felt really low on all fronts. So I came into the new year just hoping so much that, not even hoping something would change, I just went in and I was like, something has to change, and it obviously has to be something with me, because I can't control other people. I can't control what pandemic might hit, or, you know, I can't control a lot of factors in my life, but I can control myself. I can control my brain, theoretically. And when you have so much that you're working on and so much that you're doing, I feel like it's really easy to not take time for yourself and to ignore that aspect of your life, which I think I was doing. Came back to bite me in the ass, obviously. But I don't even know if I want to put that in there. I'm not in a place right now where I know exactly what I want anymore, which is scary. I have a lot of ideas. I am working on executing some of these ideas, but ultimately I've just been trying to be more open and see what I like again, what makes me happy. And you know, that does include hard work, and that does include being busy and still feeling overwhelmed sometimes, but I think it's gotten better because I have been making a point to take time for myself. My life just looks different now. I think I just never thought I wouldn't want to be doing tour photography, which is silly, but that's the truth. I've just been trying to figure out, and like I said, like reignite some passion in my life creatively. I'm gonna be starting a pottery class, which I'm really excited about. I've been wanting to try pottery for so long, but finding a pottery class in Nashville is next to impossible. It's so crazy. Not a lot of people teach, and whoever does gets booked up so fast, but I was lucky enough to get in. I literally got the last spot. I'm just trying to have more balance. I'm spending like intentional time with my friends. Honestly, my friend group has definitely gotten smaller, but in like weirdly a great way. This is gonna sound so fucked. I remember telling my therapist in 2020, right before the pandemic, because I was always gone, I was always, you know, busy. I feel like I'm being stretched thin, like hanging out with too many people. I'm going out all the time, I'm on the road, I'm at work, I'm da 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 da, and it just got like too much, and then insert pandemic, and then everything stopped. And I'm not at all making light of COVID. Please don't assume that. I will tell you a big thing that has been helping is that, and I know it's because I'm not in my early 20s anymore, just the simple fact of not being out all the time and not drinking all the time and then not being hungover, that makes such a difference. See if this tinted moisturizer can help me at all. Actually, I'm not gonna do it yet because my camera's about to die and I'm not gonna start this and then have to stop. Being this busy and this overwhelmed, obviously it's not reserved for people who have all these different kinds of jobs or want to achieve these different things. And I just think it's so important, and something that is easily neglected, to take time and just do something for you and make sure that you check in with you. I look like, I mean, crazy. I look crazy. I should have brought a hairbrush over here. I don't love that at all. One thing that's really helpful for me to kind of help me mentally, I know that I operate, my ass is sticking to the chair. I operate better when I'm organized, whether that be to-do lists, my calendars, the house being clean, or like the room that I'm in being tidy. All of that is so integral to me being successful for the day. So one thing I do on my Google Calendar is color coordinate everything. Different colors mean different things, so I know exactly what's going on that day. And then I will also do my daily to-do list, which I have broken down between all my different jobs. Just go through, and when they're done, I check them off. And honestly, it's so satisfying checking that box and being like, done. Another tip that I think could be helpful is I am a big multitasker, and I've been trying to work on just focusing on what I'm doing in that moment and not thinking about 90 other things, which can be easier said than done. But I've just kind of acknowledged that when I can think about it, when I can think, hey, you're working on this, but you're thinking about that, I stop, I take a deep breath, and then I refocus, and then you can get that task done and move on to the next task. And also with that, kind of like what I said earlier, make sure you're taking breaks. What works for me, and honestly, this has kind of been what I've done since school. I will work for, say I'm working for an hour. I will work for 55 minutes, and then I'll give myself 5 minutes. So I would say, make sure you're taking breaks. I can't stop looking at how bad my hair looks right now. Just remember, for a lot of us out there, it will feel like work could never end. It'll be 9 o'clock at night and I'll still have 10 things left that I want to get done. But that's where you have to prioritize and just acknowledge and accept that you also need to stop at some point. Yes, you could keep working. Yes, I could work into the night. I could work until 2 a.m. every night, but that would be so draining. I've been holding this for so long and not doing anything with it. I would say make sure that you know that you need to have an end time to your work. This is tinted moisturizer, by the way. I never used to be a morning person. Like, you would not catch me out of bed before 9 if I didn't have school. Now I absolutely adore the morning time. I love it so much. I wake up, maybe I'm going to my Pilates class, maybe I'm just doing, like, taking Ziggy on a walk. And I know waking up early kind of sounds daunting, and I'm sure some of you are like, yeah, right. I've even gotten Zan to start doing it. I'm like, just wake up even half an hour earlier, because then you're gonna get out of bed faster, and then you'll still have time to like wake up, get a morning stretch in, actually have time to sit down and drink your coffee and not have to be walking out the door trying to eat, trying to drink, and you just get time for yourself. And I think at the beginning of the day that's so important, because that's how you're starting the day mentally. Okay, does anybody else get this? I feel like I just layered too much, or maybe I used too much product, but I feel like it gets kind of like flaky. I don't know. Another idea, just piggybacking off of taking time for yourself and also taking breaks and having a stop time, is make sure you're making plans to have fun. This year I've been really trying to be really intentional with connecting with my friends who don't live in town with me. So I've been on a bunch of different FaceTimes. However fun looks for you, you know, like I said, if that's you reading your book, if that's you going on a hike, if that's you going to brunch with your friends, you know, whatever that looks like, just make sure that you're taking time for yourself. And it just gives you something to be excited about. I think that's so important, having something to look forward to. It's just so helpful and it makes you happy. And that's what I want everyone to be. I want everyone to just be happy. I just wanted to come on here, have a little chat, talk about work-life balance. I hope that maybe you heard something that might work for you or something you want to try. If not, sorry. If you're watching this on Monday when this video comes out, or later on in the week, I hope that you have a beautiful week, and I hope that you take some time for you. I feel so thankful that you took time to watch this video, and honestly, we're gonna get through it. And honestly, I'm so excited to update everybody with how my pottery class goes. That's cold coffee at this point. French Open's coming up too. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I will see you right here next Monday.